Hello everybody, my name is Jimmy Smith of West London Wine School, South London Wine School and Streatham Wine House. Welcome to our grape varieties here on Gewürztraminer. This is our WSET Level 2 friendly version, so we call this the intermediate version. So this is a relatively basic version. If you require more information about history, etymology, viticulture, vinification, and where we find it in greater detail, please look at our advanced version, and the link of this is in the description below this video. But this is going to be a short video, just looking at the things you need to know if you are studying WSET Level 2. So let's get on with this exotic aromatic variety we call Gewürztraminer. So if you have any comments or questions, get in touch with @WineWithJimmy. Also, my wine school, West London Wine School, the other wine school, South London Wine, and the Wine Bar. If you do find yourself in London, please come for a class or a glass, and you'll be most welcome. So let's go on. Gewürztraminer, just a bit about the grape first of all, and then we'll go into where we find it and what it's like. Remember, this is the Level 2 friendly version. It is very good in cooler climates, cool to moderate climates. It is because it doesn't have a naturally very high acidity. So in fact, if it's too warm, often they will really lack the acidity, which makes the wines very unbalanced. So it's better in cool or moderate zones at a push. Cool zones like Alsace, for instance, are exactly where we want to find it. So it is famous there in Alsace, and that region in eastern France, on the Rhine River, the Rhine border to Germany, an area which is very famed in history, part of the original Frankish kingdom under King Clovis and Charlemagne, a very stable region up to about 300 years ago, when it became a frontier region which was significantly under change between influences from Germany and from France and from the Flemish and the Prussians and so on. So it has been a bit of a complex area. It's a real interesting melting pot of culture, which mixes all of the regions and countries around it in this wonderful area. The Grand Cru sites are certainly the most famous and the highest quality premium wines that we can get from this region. It is very common as a single varietal, and certainly from the region of Alsace that you will need to know. It is found labeled with Gewürztraminer, which is a very Germanic influence, and it is normally often a single varietal, so just Gewürztraminer on its own. Because it is such a powerful aromatic grape, it is quite hard to blend other varieties with it because it's so overwhelming and overpowerful for them. So yes, aromatic, perfumed, exotic is certainly descriptions that we would use for Gewürztraminer. You can get dry to sweet examples. The commonality for it is more drier or off-dry, but some of the most famous well-aged styles can be sweet, certainly late harvest or botrytis versions. The grape does ripen very well with high sugar levels, so this will therefore convert into quite high alcohols. It is not uncommon to see a Gewürztraminer at 14% alcohol, so it is often quite intense with that alcohol. And the acidities therefore tend to be quite low on the converse of that, maybe up to medium as a push for some of the lighter, fresher examples, but certainly this combination of high alcohol, full body, and then quite low acidity is a combination that we're not, as a world, generally that interested in at the minute. We quite like acidic and light white wines. Now, that I am generalizing, we're all very different, but it generally is the way of things. Look at common wines like Italian Pinot Grigio, for instance, light and very acidic. So where do we find Gewürztraminer? Now, really, you don't need to know much, and in fact, even at an advanced level, it is only found in small amounts across the world. France has just over 3,000 hectares of it, so it is a very small variety in total. And we find it in the region of Alsace. And Alsace is this eastern French region bordering Germany, and the border is the natural border of the Rhine River. In Germany, just on the other side, is an area called Baden and the Kaiserstuhl. But we're looking at this kind of lilac-y mauve color here from Strasbourg down towards Mulhouse. And the vineyards here hug the eastern side of the Vosges Mountains. Now, the region is a very small region, but Gewürztraminer is a very important grape here. It is the second most grown grape after Riesling in the region. So Gewürztraminer can be made as an Appellation Origine Contrôlée Alsace wine, an AOC Alsace, and most of it is. They are still quite heady and aromatic, but they tend to be the lighter side of Gewürztraminer, which is not that light. Then there is Appellation Origine Contrôlée Alsace Grand Cru, and that is your top vineyard sites, of which there is over 50 in Alsace. And these are on steep slopes, terraced vineyards, and these will produce the most complex and interesting Gewürztraminer-based wines. So they are your Grand Crus. What is it like? So yes, across the board, it is exotic. And how to describe exotic in terms of systematic approach? Things like perfume and floral are a very important way. So things like rose, acacia, and honeysuckle are very important and found on the floral perfumed edge of Gewürz. The fruits tend to be more stone fruit and tropical. Stone fruit like peach, apricot, nectarine, and tropical like lychee or even banana or pineapple. Then there is a bit of spice. The word Gewürz means spice from German into English, and therefore Gewürztraminer means spicy traminer. The spices you may find are things like nutmeg, paprika, ginger is a common one, and things like cinnamon. Honey is another character as well you may find, no matter if it's dry or sweet. These are very full-bodied with high alcohols. The acidities tend to be low to medium, and the wines have a lovely color behind it, a nice sort of golden color due to the color in the skins of the grape, which is kind of this pinkish orange. So that's really it for the intermediate look at Gewürztraminer. If you do have any comments or questions, please look at Wine with Jimmy. Get in touch with me there, either on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, contact our wine schools or our wine bar, and I'll be happy, my staff will be happy to pass on the details to me. If you are interested in some more information about this wonderfully aromatic grape, then please look at our advanced version, which goes into much greater detail about the history and so on. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you've learned something. My name's been Jimmy Smith of West London Wine School, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you so much. Bye.